Greetings, Andy here again, and this is day 5 and number 20 of my Advent Calendar style countdown. And I've got a bit of the reference at the back is a rather pathetic joke, I know, Fripp and dinosaurs, but it's a reference to Dorset, which is very relevant for the artist and the album of that I've picked for number 20. Dorset is it's famous for its coastline is often called the Jurassic Coast because since Victorian times people have been sort of hitting rocks and stones and finding fossils in there, and of course Fripp also comes from Dorset, and the album I'm talking about today is by PJ Harvey. And her album I Inside the Old World Dying, which was released in July, and it's another usual collaboration with John Parrish is her sort of working partner on these albums, and they produce a wonderful album every now and then. Now the reason I'm highlighting Dorset here, this is not my geography round trip, but Polly Jean comes from Dorset and like Fripp has quite a strong accent, but she wrote a series of poems in the Dorset dialect, so back to not just the accent but the actual dialect that some of them use, and I think some of that dialect also was in some of the Thomas Hardy novels, though I can't confess to have really studied them. And the relevance here is that this album is basically, the songs are based on those poems she wrote, about Dorset and about, in the dialect, and it's probably sort of why the wording of the title is quite strange. It's a beautifully presented album, some pictures there, and you can see that's Ben Whishaw, the actor who sings backing vocals on one of the tracks, and it's got a nice insert with the double insert with all the lyrics, poetic lyrics in there. It's just plain black vinyl, this one, a single LP. There's 12 tracks, 6 on each side. These are, there's a beautiful collection of songs. PJ Harvey writes beautifully, plays beautifully. They're always well presented. There she is in all her glory. On this album, she sings in a much higher register than she typically would, and it's fine in the most part. But to be honest, I find it a little bit wearing towards the end. So I would say this album is one I really like. It sort of appeals to me on the intellectual level, but I struggle emotionally with it. It's, ultimately that sort of slight falsetto vocal. I prefer her to go deeper, shall we say. So that's my number 20, a very fine album. It really ought to be higher up on my list. And maybe if I listen to it a bit more, I'd get more into it. It's one I bought back in July, and maybe haven't listened to it enough, maybe just 2 or 3 times, and then, there was always something else. So thanks for watching. Hope you come back tomorrow for day 6 and number 19. Thanks for watching.